Hello survivors, and welcome to the first year anniversary for Soulstone Survivors. As you can see in the background, it is a huge party with balloons to pop, a cake to eat, as well as a piñata to destroy, and it's just really funny. So anyway, with regards to that, there is a brand new profile where you get to see your character, your favorite character, which by the way Barbarian isn't, although Scent of Blood is one of my favorite skills, but not my favorite, but it's based off of how many games you played and obviously your highest prestige, obviously. So that's the way that works. You can see fastest matches, endless, overlord, your deepest one on any curse or max curse, and so on and so forth, or character, a whole bunch of different stats. You can go take a look if you'd like at that. The biggest change is the runes, as well as the actual gameplay, which we'll get into with a demonstration with our Spellblade. The runes got an overhaul, a really good looking change to the rune page now. Looks really clean and fantastic. The tenacity runes, which we'll talk about, now have their own separate places so that they're easier to find. So also really nice. Also, if you just know that certain ones cost 3, you can just look for the purple, and eventually you get to kind of know what they look like, so you can be like, there it is. You don't really have to search too difficult, but very clean. You only have 4 rune slots for tenacity now, at the 10 runic power for it. That works out actually quite well for us. We are able to run Reckless, Adrenaline, Multicast Mastery, and Pulse of Agony over there to give us quite a lot of cast frequency and damage for a 10 runic power. We then got changes to the skill mastery. This is the most noticeable change to this game. Firstly, all of these in versatility cost 0, so unexpected start 0 rune cost, and then skill inclination 0. As you can see, you don't have each of the different typings, so if we take that off, if you double click on it, it does give you the typings over here in the next screen. And then skill mastery got the biggest change, where instead of adding 8 random skills to the skill pool, you now get to pick your own skills of whatever type you want. So I want swing, I click on there, it gives me the different types or all the different swing skills we can pick from. I only want Carnage for this video, so we pick on Carnage and then we click confirm. You can add up to 4 other skills, but we only want Carnage, so we're getting rid of those. The other thing that's changed, we'll speak more about it when we're playing the actual game, is that you can see now there is a much cleaner UI for the skills. It shows you absolutely everything about them, and that includes actually all the summoned minions as well. It now shows you their damage and their unit cost. Over there you can, that's going to spawn 3 of them, and there's a maximum of 12. It's the damage of the minions now, so you can actually see that skeletal warriors have higher base damage than the archers and the mages, and so on and so forth. If we head over to nature, it shows you all of that for the rot and the damage of everything else as well. Hound's doing 300 damage over there, bear doing 350. So the bear and the moose actually do a lot of damage, but I think their cast frequency is a lot higher than the others. So because they, if you wanted to work on cast speed, maybe they could work really well with Scent of Blood or Pulse of Agony. Anyway, I'm digressing. Let's get into the rest of it. So that's that with the runes. There is a change now to your characters. You just have to double click to change characters. You no longer have to click select. You just double click and it's picked that character for you. Also on the runes, you can have up to 5 different sets, and you do get to name them whatever you want. So this one's going to be a speedrun attempt, because there is a speedrun event currently happening, and this is going to be my attempt at the actual speedrun itself. So Dungeon Despair got a brand new map. We're going to be playing on the highest curse difficulty. We are going to be looking for a Carnage, but getting ourselves a Firestorm over here is actually relatively good as well. We do want Carnage as well as Fiery Blades, and we're going to die to the Void Presence, who got updated as well. While we are speaking about that, while we wait for the Void Presence to kill us in the beginning, as you can see over here, this is the auto aim. It does say that this reflects whether auto aim is currently active or not. So when it is like that, it is active. When we push the middle mouse button, or right now I'll right click, if we hold down right click it disappears. That's fine. You can see the Void Presence got this nice juicy purple aura around her, which is the AoE attack instead of the red one, and that's going to help differentiate her attacks from everything else in the game, which is fantastic. You're no longer going to randomly get one shot from this red AoE that you didn't know was the Void Presence. So that's really fantastic. We do have the auto aim, which we were busy talking about. You can middle mouse click it, it's off forever, or just right click to auto aim, to aim for yourself. And just pay attention to the new enemies. There are a whole lot of brand new enemies in the game, which is really, really fantastic. We got our summon helper elves this time. Fantastic. They are going to be doing a lot of work for us. Hypothermia over there. Oof, we just got 2 hypothermias. That is huge. Area of effect over there as well. And I think we're in actually a very, very fantastic spot for a good run over here. So this is probably my best run yet. We have been trying this, and it's just I've been making mess ups, not talking about specific things. And if I showed you the match history afterwards, you'd see I've done like 3 or 4 runs already, trying different things to show you different things, and it just hasn't been working. A couple of them, the audio didn't record for the game, so I was like, oh, all that effort, and it didn't even work. So yeah, laugh. So we've got this. One thing to know is that now the individual stats for the skills land up going on the bottom over here with the actual skills. So let's just pause it quickly and show you. So Fiery Blade, all the stats are there in front of us. It's no longer going to show you over here of the skills, what that you've taken, or any of the upgrades for the skills. Also, if you pick up, let's say I take a damage or multicast over here now, that's actually a really good one to pick up. But let's say I pick that up. I didn't need the, I go and I pick up another multicast. It's not going to put them based on their rarities anymore. You can see that it just says multicast. There's no rarities anymore. It lumps them all up in that specific section. The only problem with this way is with versatility. As a rune, you're no longer going to know whether, actually it doesn't matter. This is perfect for versatility because it gives you each individual thing. So now you know, okay, I've got unique passives, that you no longer have to be like, oh no, I've got that relentlessness is there, though, skip it. You can now just individually count them for versatility, and it's going to give you how many you have. So very, very strong change over there, a very, very good change, and it just helps with knowing how things are running. So really, really, really beautiful change coming in over there for us from the UI perspective. Now we need to actually take damage. We've healed quite a lot, but we need to take the damage back because we need to get that free cast frequency and damage buff on ourselves. The bonus for the cast frequency I know is 150 life to get to the 60% cast frequency, so we do want to try and lose as much life as possible. As you can see, it's not the easiest thing to do though, because we don't have the opportunity to lose all this life. And we are going to go and work on these upgrades. Relentlessness being very good, putting all of our points into the skills. I should have taken points there into our damage for our area of effect for our firestorm. That does make it more damage for the fiery blades as well. But as you can see, we're still able to get our passive increasing over here, even though it is still active. One of the few people where you actually get quite a lot of an amount, especially if you're standing in multiple of the rifts at the same time. As you can see, we are just demolishing the bosses. So it was originally going to be someone that I used with the Death Knight. That was the original build I used when I got the 4-minute 51-second time on my account, which is my fastest time currently. But we're going to see if we can beat that using the Spellblade. It does look like it might be very, very possible, because we are able to get a lot more damage out from our Ascension than we would have from the Death Knight. So we'll see what we can get going over here. Hopefully it works out really, really well for us, grabbing all of these along the way and just taking some of the damage now to just offset the cast frequency. Again, recklessness and adrenaline popping into play with the more damage we take. We do need to now just look for our ascension. Here we go, we got quite a bit of charge over here for us, so we do need to get this going up and running before the next bosses spawn, because that's going to be hard to charge up once they do spawn. They have spawned, but even without our ascension, you can see just how much damage this build does to them. It is just fantastic. I don't mind taking a little bit of damage over here while I charge up my ascension. Whether or not I kill him quickly doesn't actually matter, because he has already spawned. We aren't worried too much about him gaining more life or being more difficult to kill. The most important thing here is killing as many of the enemies as quickly as possible, while keeping our ascension at a higher possible amount, and keeping it up as much as possible. So we're going to just jump from ascension to ascension, or from rift to rift, grabbing, staying in there, and you'll see the bosses are just going to completely melt with the help of that. So let's just run to these bosses. There we go, all of them dead, and we are on 4 minutes 31 seconds, so it is not a better time, unfortunately. Even though the ascension is much stronger and it feels much stronger, luck does play a very big role in this as well. So definitely looking at that as a thing to play with this. But this was my attempt at the speedrun. That was showing you some of the changes that have happened. Another change that did occur is, as you can see at the top here, there are numbers. That's numbers for your keyboard. If I push number 3, I take the crit chance. 2 for that. You can now use that. You don't have to click on your actual mouse at all, so it does become a mouse free experience completely in the entire game, which is really fantastic if you wanted to play one-handed, or you don't have a mouse, or you just didn't want to sit there waiting or clicking with your mouse. So you do have the keyboard shortcuts over there now. You do have the shortcuts for swapping or refreshing, like T, to skip the active skills as well if you needed that, and things like that as well. So a lot of changes coming in this one patch, just after we got the huge Path of Ascension, or the Frostborn Wrath update as well. And there we go, 5 minutes 22 seconds with this build. I don't know where we can maybe getting ourselves the recklessness isn't needed. Maybe we need to go for another rune that's going to help us with more cast frequency. The last and final change of the update, ladies and gentlemen, is if we take a look over there, we ran through the portal. It did not take us to Overlord. There is now a timer. It's a second long. You can see it over there, and then that makes sure that you don't accidentally kill yourself, or do things, go through a portal that you didn't want to go through, or so on and so forth. But I hope I was able to fit absolutely everything that is new in the video. If I never, let me know down in the comment section. Otherwise, please remember to like and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.